So thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to say hello to the distinguished delegates. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon once again. I see that I've been put between you and lunch, and I will try as much as possible not to take too much of your time. But first of all is to thank and congratulate the DX5's team for putting together this important event, and also to all of you for finding time to attend. It is a pleasure for me and the ICT Authority to join you in these very important discussions around the issues of cybersecurity and the other tenets of digital trusts in general. In fact, I dare say that the leaders seated here today will be the determinant of our journey in digital transformation as a country, because all other players can put in a lot of hard work in designing, developing systems and rolling them out. But the biggest hindrance to the success of this particular digital transformation is the issue of digital trust and the issues around it. And we all know that it takes a lot of time and resources to build digital infrastructure. But I don't know how long it takes for that to come crumbling down. How long does it take? It comes down in seconds. And therefore, you're very important players and stakeholders in the general journey of the country's digital transformation. I'm made aware that my minister was here earlier today, and I'm sure he has already laid out the many initiatives that we are undertaking as a government to drive this agenda for our country. It is very interesting because as the people in charge of our security in the cyberspace, you talk about digital trust, you talk about zero trust, isn't it? But on the other hand, our clients and our citizens have a lot of trust in us. In fact, there's sufficient data to support that. A study done by McKinsey, I think in 2023, demonstrated that at least 70% of your clients and our citizens believe that you're taking the right measures to protect their data. On the contrary, out of the executives who are surveyed, about 60% of them reported that they had experienced material breaches in the last 3 years. Of course, as would have expected, majority of them don't disclose to their clients. But you look like the good ones who disclose to your clients when you have a breach. A few people are nodding. I would understand. It is not an achievement, is it? So, but what is also very critical from those insights is that on the client side, even as majority of them trust us, those of us who've been entrusted with their data, they report that 50% of them or thereabout indicate that if they doubt, if they do what? If they doubt that as an organization or as a government, you're not having the right policies and taking care of the information and the data, they are likely to switch. And 40% will actually stop buying your products or doing business with you. And this just tells us how easily our population and our clients that we are serving are willing to shun the convenience that we are providing through digital technologies if they do not trust our systems and the solutions that we are providing. And one of the things that keeps me awake is just that you can imagine what that would mean for a government if we are at the forefront of pushing for digital transformation, we're at the forefront of digitizing government, we're at the forefront of putting services online, and then all of you and everybody else shun and run away from those services. It would be a standstill, isn't it? So for us as leaders in this room, I think we have a big responsibility to build digital trust. And we believe that this is a shared responsibility that requires a lot of collaboration between the private sector, the government, and all other players. It is our hope that you actually utilize some of the frameworks that the government has put in place. How many of us know that we have a computer incidents and response team? Oh, impressive. This is very impressive. We do have one. It's a multi-stakeholder team that is hosted by our regulator, the Communication Authority. And that team is actually available to all of you whenever you face issues. Through that platform and the systems deployed there, we're able to monitor all the threats that are coming into the country. And as many of you know, this has continued to increase. In fact, I think the data from last quarter shows almost a 25% increase of threats. Last quarter, we were almost at 900 million threats reported. And this just goes to reinforce the importance of this. So for us at the ICT Authority, we will continue to provide platforms that encourage collaboration, not only on the issue of cybersecurity, but also on the other critical issues that we are pushing for purposes of digital transformation. And the presenter who was just here was talking about what has made cloud adoption in Kenya to be easy. And I think for us, for those who do not know, even when you make your phone call, at some point, the MNOs have come to us through the national optic fiber cable for backhauling. And we are more than happy to continue expanding this infrastructure. We continue to open up the northern frontier of our countries. I think recently we have just launched 700 kilometers of fiber between Eldoret towards Southern Sudan, which has in a large way opened up that area. We will continue to collaborate with the private sector. I think the people in that space of expanding connectivity in the private sector have done a good job, and we continue to create other platforms for collaboration. in the spirit of collaboration, ladies and gentlemen, the ICT Authority has been running an annual event called the Connected Summit. I don't know how many of us have heard about Connected Summit. Okay, it's a good percentage, and I know why. It is because when we started running that particular event in 2009, it was largely a government public sector event. But over the years, we have continued to grow that event. Last year, we took a very bold decision to scale the event to a continental level. And we had a very successful event here at Uhuru Gardens. But everybody who came said they want to do the events where they have traditionally done it, which is in Diani. And because we are people who take feedback, this year we have said we are going to listen to that feedback and taken the event back to Diani. But the reason why we took that decision to make the event continental is because we believe, in line with the Africa Digital Transformation Agenda under the AU, we as a country, we have a big opportunity to showcase what we're doing to the rest of Africa and the rest of the world. Last year, we had representation from 49 countries, 35 of which were from Africa. We had investors from Europe, we had investors from the Middle East, and a few from the US. And this particular summit is drawn with an objective of creating business opportunities for growth. And for a long time, we know that the biggest challenge that we continue to face in Africa is because Africa is looked at as a disintegrated market. So even when people want to invest in the technologies that you're developing here, for example, in Kenya, they will only size it to the Kenyan market. I think through the initiatives already being undertaken under AU and other initiatives, we want to ride on that and provide a platform for us as Kenyans to expose the solutions that we are carrying out, provide business opportunities, showcase our innovations, and also learn from what other countries are doing. So this year we expect the participation to be wider. We are inviting all Africa government and key private sector in those particular countries. We are also in collaboration with other partners like GIZ, talking to various investment groups across Europe to come and look at the innovations that we have. And we want to extend the invitation to everybody in this room, together with your CIOs, between the chief information security officers and the CIOs. Who is whose boss? Huh? Who is whose boss? I know it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter, but please extend this invitation to your colleagues, because all of us have an important role to play in positioning our country. We have an opportunity to also showcase what we are doing as a country. So I also want to say that we are working very closely with Harry here and his team to bring together this event. I think many times when I have spoken on various issues, I've said that we are very deliberate in ceding control of a lot of things to the private sector to come co-build and help us to to create more efficiencies. We have done it in the infrastructure space. We have invited private internet service providers to come and do last mile connectivity. We're doing it in the area of digital services where we continue to encourage co-creation with government for purposes of delivery of services. We are now doing it in the areas of innovation through a number of programs, and we will do it also for purposes of creating business opportunities for our Kenyan companies. With those few remarks, I wish to formally invite you to Diani. By the way, we discuss cybersecurity. Yeah, we discuss other big topics, but we also have a lot of fun. There's a bit of golf to be played, a bit of beach games, and a lot of networking and exchanging of ideas. So this year, our Connected Africa Summit is going to be running from the 26th of May to 29th. Please mark your calendars. We will also be sending out invitations in Diani, Kwale County. Otherwise, the ICT Authority and the government remains open to work with you even as we build Kenya as the next digital powerhouse for the region and for the world. Asanteni sana.